Alright, Bob used the color in this painting that he loved to call Christmas brown. And the reason he called it that is because it uses equal parts of sap green and alizarin crimson. Now when you're mixing these two colors together, you can either carry it to the red side or to the green side. Now we're fixing to try to make this look like wood, and as a preference, I like mine to stay kind of to the red side. Bob said he also did, but now he did say it's a preference. And I have seen some paintings to where people carried it a little more to the green side, and it didn't look bad. It actually looked like the wood was more aged. So that's entirely up to you how you want this brown to look. But it's a more richer type brown than just using brown, like Van Dyke brown. This color is more of a richer brown, I guess you'd say. But you want to make sure you got it mixed thoroughly. And to do that, you have to pick this paint up off the canvas or off the palette and flip it over and just mix it thoroughly. Yeah, it's a blizzard, buddy. What's up, Patriot? Well, Tracy, I will have to go check that out after this. Because for some reason I hadn't seen it yet. Alright. I'm going to go right into this brown first. And I'm just going to tap some of the color on. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. What's up, Jeff? You can come up here and start, and you want to come straight down your canvas as best as possible. Now you can make these, alright, mine's a little bit to the green side, but that's not ugly. Now you want to keep these straight as you can, and one of the things I like doing, again, all of this is preference, is on this first one right here, I like to have it a little bit darker than the next one. Haven't painted since the last one. I had news locksmith. Thank you, Tracy. It is a pretty color. Alright. Now on the next one, you can take just a little bit of white and come into the brown a little bit. I just started, Jesse. And it'll lighten up the color just a little bit. And it'll kind of give you a different color brown. It'll give it like a, thank you, Tommy, I appreciate it. Kind of give you like a dark board and a light board. Because the last thing you want to do is have all the same colors come across here. If you can avoid that, then I would avoid it. But now this painting here, just like all paintings, is a matter of preference. So you basically do whatever you want to do. But I think it just looks good when you leave a little separation between them. Kind of make it look like boards. Now there's a guy on Facebook. He's in a lot of the groups. His name is Dylan, and Dylan painted this painting not too long ago, and he changed his up in the front where Bob had just the water. For anybody that's seen the video, Dylan came in and made his have a waterfall that came out of the painting, and it looked really good. Now I will be making a change to mine. I won't be using the waterfall idea, but when I get to that part, I will tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And I am using a 2-inch brush to do this. If you want to have a little smaller boards in your painting, all you got to do is use a smaller brush. You use a 1-inch brush, or if you can find one, you can use 1.5 inches, whatever. Hey, Kathleen. But the 2-inch brush does just as good a job on this as any other brush would do. All right, then over here on this end, I want to put a little bit darker one to kind of close this end in, because I feel like if you got both of the outside edges darker, it's just like having the corners of a painting darker. It kind of leads you out toward that middle, which once you kind of get everything painted in here, it's going to take your eyes to the middle anyway, because you got that mountain that's going to be in here, and trees and all that kind of stuff. Patriots, you should be able to find one online. If not, I can get you one. I'll have to check the current prices, but the one I just gave away was, it was right at $200. But that was one that came with the palette, the big plastic palette that Bob used. Came with all the brushes, all the paints. It had liquid white. It had a little thing of thinner. Oh goodness, I don't know what all it did have. Now you can come back on some of these and just add little, like little streaks here and there, just to, you know how wood does. How wood's darker in some places and lighter in others. Yeah, Jerry, and everything's gonna be all right. It just, one of my little puppies got hurt, and we got a lot of work to do with him and all that good stuff. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Jerry Ann. All right. What's up, MC? I'm glad to be back, buddy. All right. Now, once you get your, yeah, he did, Rod. He sure did. Once you get your, what's up, Jeffro? Your brown on, and you got the color of wood you want, take your fan brush, dip it in the thinner, and shake a good bit of it off. Because when you come up here to do this, you don't want it dry, but you don't want it so wet that the thinner's going to run. Because if it goes to running, it's going to streak your canvas up. But just come up here and just kind of wiggle that brush around and let that thinner get on that wood and just go to work. And all I'm doing right here is just doing some little wavy lines, just little shaky wavy lines. And here in just a second, you're going to see what that thinner does when it goes reacting with that liquid clear. And then on this next one, I want to come up here and just start doing some little wavy lines, just, you know how wood does. Wood's got all these different little marks, and but like I said, just do not let your thinner run on you. Because if it goes to running, I'm telling you, it's gonna, you won't be able to tell it. But you just want to kind of wiggle a brush around and give it some. Hey, Robert. Just give it some movements to just kind of maintain that wood appearance, you know. Because wood grain is not, it's not always straight. But now if you want one that's kind of straighter, you can come up here and just pull it down straight and then start wiggling it and go back straight. You know, just make all kind of different little air, movements and different little shapes. And I'm using very light pressure for this. I'm not applying a whole lot of pressure. Alright, you can start seeing now what that wood, how it's doing. You can see the thinner starting to put those effects in it. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find in Jeffro. Well, that's the reason, Jesse. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, if you do it right, Rod, it does take on that look of real wood. And the thing of it is, you can use colors. Like Bob did another one that had blue on it. So it's kind of just up to you, really. You don't put liquid white on this one, Patriot. But on any other paint, as soon as you put the liquid white on, you start painting. But this one's liquid clear. I will see what I can do, Joyce, about doing that. Thank you, Rod. About how much time after the white can I wait? Liquid white normally stays wet a couple days, depending on the temperature and the weather and all. Different. There's different things that weigh into that, man. A couple days, you should be pretty good, I would think. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Patriot. Well, thank you, Locksmith. I wish I could take credit for it, but Bob did it first. Alright, now if you watch this video, like I told you earlier, there were some things Bob done that I'm going to actually change. One of those things is, this was season 28, episode 1, but Bob did not use mountain mix. He used typical colors that he always used to make the mountain color. That was crimson, midnight black, blue, and brown. I'm just going to use mountain mix because I think that's all I need. And I'm going to come right over here, pull me out a little bit, take that little roll. Seems like you always got to use that little roll whenever you're working with a knife. Seems like it's always that little roll. And we'll come right up here, just like we always make mountains. We're just gonna make it the same way. Now we don't want big giant mountains in this painting, but you know we want a decent looking little mountain range up here. And you don't have to try to do a mountain range just like the one Bob did in his painting. You know, just come up here and build you a nice looking little mountain range and roll on, you know. Hey David, doing good, man. Think this is going to be a painting called Fisherman's. Thank you, Tracy. Fisherman's. I think it's Fisherman's Trail. I think that's what he called it. Look up here. Scrape out as much of this as I can with the knife. Thank y'all, appreciate it. Alright, then I'm going to pick up the 2-inch brush. But now this is a clean dry 2-inch brush, this is not the same one I was using. And I'm going to come right up here and start pulling this paint out. I like it, that's all I'm looking for. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, Patriot. paint on a white canvas, Kim, that is made to look like wood. Okay, David, there's some folks in here fixing to tell you. Rod's telling you now what I did to make the background. Alright. Time to go back to the knife. I don't know where this blue come from in here. That up. Alright. I'll pull me out some of this white. Then I'll take just a little drop of red. Very small drop of red. Just trying to get that little bit of pink glow in there. Not much, just a little. Using too much red will cause you all kind of problems. Because red is a strong color. David, I covered the canvas with a thin coat of liquid clear. Then I mixed alizarin crimson and sap green, same amount of each. Got this color brown. Then I took the brown and went up and down it with a 2-inch brush in different streaks, different pressures to get different colors. Then I took a fan brush with paint thinner on it, just enough to where the paint thinner won't run, and just came up here and made straight down little shapes, and that's what put that grain looking stuff in it. You don't let it cure. We ain't stopped yet. We still painting. Alright, now with the white, I'm going to come up here and just start pulling this color down a little. Yes, sir, thank you. Just real light. No pressure at all putting this white on. Little small rolls. sure, David. I don't know what that is. Good night, Tony. Yeah, Jesse, mountains are something that takes a lot of practice. All right, David, that sounds good. But now one of the things you got to do whenever you're working on a mountain is keep this color poured out as thin as you can get it. That is very, very, very important. People are always looking for secrets. Well, I don't know if this is a secret or not, because if it is, I done let the cat out of the bag many times. But that is something you definitely want to do. You want to keep that paint poured out as flat as you can get it. Because you do not want to bring too much up here. And it's easy to do. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Kate. Good night, Tony. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Patrick. All right, now we got to get us some of this white out here. Bring it down here, so we got a place to work with it. Take a little blue, put in it. We're going to bring just a little bit of the mountain mix over here and put in it. Kind of give us a marble looking grayish blue color. Hey Larry. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Danita. Spent too much time on the mountains. They started looking less like me. Hey, Coonsy. Yeah, you can do that to just about everything on a painting. You can overwork it. And I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. I think anybody that's painted has. It's just one of them things to where you got to learn when to say you're done. And that's a lot easier said than done. Believe me, I know. because it is very, very easy to overwork a paint. You can do it to trees, mountains, whatever. Yeah, I guess I could slow down a little bit. I got to where I was running into 10 o'clock a lot and after, and I noticed a lot of people were leaving, so I wanted to, that's right, Larry. Thank you, Robert. So I have been speeding up a little. Still trying to answer questions if people have them. Sometimes that gets kind of difficult when you're not looking. All right, now when you're doing these, you can come back up here in places and you can kind of add some of your dark color back in, just to give it more of a darkness over here. But do not overdo it, because it don't take much at all, and you'll be done killed the whole effect. It just takes very little of the dark color. That is exactly right, Jeff. Good night, Kathleen. Thank you for being here. But now, one thing I've noticed is it don't take a whole lot of viewers to get you a whole bunch of likes. Because these guys took it upon themselves one night to issue themselves a challenge, and they carried me up to 117,000 likes. And it didn't take them long to do it. And I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think I was ever going to get through mailing out bandages for the thumbs. Well, thank you, Tracy. How's my girl tonight? My finger was tired that night. Oh, I bet there was. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, locksmith had to get some band-aids too. Well, thank you, Danita. Having a peanut butter sandwich. Well, tell her I said hello. Or she's probably listening. Hey, Riley. come back with a little darker blue in a couple places, just to make it look like it may have picked up a little more shadow in a couple places. She said, "Hey, back." I don't know if she's my biggest fan or if I'm her biggest fan. Hey, TJ. I don't know, Tracy. I'm pretty fond of a 3-year-old kid that'll watch me paint. That's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the details in them, Kay. And if you after you paint one, the colors change when they dry. They get, to me, they kind of tone down some. That's awesome, Tracy. That really is. And they start looking more natural to me. Not to mention, if you go and put a frame on one of them, oh my goodness, it's it's like daylight and dark difference. Call it woad stock or wood stock. There's Moni. Hey, Moni. All right, clean dry brush. We don't want thinner on it now. Clean dry. We'll come right up here. Lightly tap out the bottom, just like always when you're doing a mountain. And whenever you're tapping out the bottom of a mountain, there's one thing you always want to be aware of. Don't leave a straight line across your mountain, like you just came up and cut the mountain in half. That can cause your entire painting to lose its lackluster and just not look right. And then come back up here and lightly pull that. Okay, I forgot to say it. But you want to tap down the same angle that your highlight's coming down. And you want to pull back up that same angle. And this is all a real gentle touch. Very gentle. Very gentle touch. And then on this side, same thing. How did the two cats end their fight? They kissed and mewed up? No, that wouldn't be right. I don't know, Mommy, how did they? They hissed and made up. Oh, Lord. All right. Now, one of the, I said earlier that one of the things Bob did, I was going to do different, and when I got to it, I was going to tell you when. So it's right here. Bob cut his mountains off to where mine's going all the way across. Bob cut his off probably somewhere in this area. And he came down with one big tree on this side, and he put trees all the way across here, then the water, and then he comes out with the little trail, where I guess the name comes from, Fisherman's Trail. He left this side wide open, and the water just come to a dead stop over here. And to me, it just didn't look right. Now, I'm not saying Bob Ross didn't know what he was doing. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is, to me, it just didn't look right. And I guess that's why I like the one Dylan done so much, is because Dylan brought that waterfall out of his, and it added a whole new dimension. So the 2 or 3 times I've painted this painting, the first time I ever done it, I did it like Bob's, and I still didn't like the way the water cut off. So the second, third time I did it, I came in here with taller trees on both sides, and I closed this water off over here, and I kind of just left it open down here, and I just bought my bushes on around, and I closed it all in to where the water wasn't just hanging. And as you all know, Bob used to say, it's your world. So with that being said, that's the reason I'm doing it, is because he always told us, don't copy what I'm doing. Take what he's showing you and go out and do your own. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Because you still won't lose the effect that you're doing it on wood. So, alright, then just come across here and just kind of lightly blend out the bottom. Now you're going to brush some of this away when you do. So what you want to do is just, try not to brush much of it away. You don't bring it way down here. Just a little across there. And then come back and remove all these brush strokes again. Pulling that paint up the same direction that it's coming down. Just so you get that little layer of mist back here. Because that mist is our separator. Well, it could have been. And that is from the teachings of Bob. Season 1, episode 1. That's right, kid. But I think the main concern, or the main focal points in this painting, and this is just my opinion, I think is the fact that the canvas was made to look like wood. I think that was the main objective of the painting, was to show how to do that effect. And the second effect was mountains, because Bob always put mountains in landscape. That I think 90-some% of the paintings he done had mountains in it. Trees, I don't know many paintings he didn't put trees in. I can't think of one right off the top of my head. People, he only put people in 2 paintings that he done. There was just some things he just did and some things he didn't do. And I think it's just, like he said, he gives you the ability to do it, or the knowledge to do it, and then you go out and do it on your own. Hey, Emily. What's missing? The voice sounds off. Okay, so y'all can't hear me? Well, if y'all can't hear me, you ain't gonna answer me. He can hear me. Locksmith can hear me. All right, David. I'll be checking them out as soon as this is over. I don't remember him putting a sky in his when he did it. Patriot. No, it don't have to be. You can put a sky in it if you want to. You don't have to go at the top of the canvas. I mean, truth be told, you could take this canvas off and do the wood first, let it dry completely. Come in here and tape you a big oval and paint inside that oval if you want to. You can put a sky or whatever you want to do. Right. Time for some trees. The microphone on my phone is not the best in the world, Tracy. So sometimes I move away further from it, and sometimes I'm kind of turning my head towards it. So that probably has a lot to do with it. How what, Patriot? Clean this little area here up. I'll have a place to work. I'll just bring that over here for now. Alright, to make us a tree color, I'm going to get a little bit of the mountain mix. Put over here some sap green, some of the blue, some of the crimson, some of the brown. Just a lot of dark colors. I don't know yet. Doodles, it was liquid clear first, and then brown made with sap green and alizarin crimson, and I just brushed it in streaks on here, then took some thinner and just real lightly on a fan brush come down through here making different shapes to get the effect like wood. So it's actually a canvas. It's not real wood. It's just made to look like wood. All right, all we're looking for here is just a good dark color with all the black and blue and crimsons and green. That's all it is, just a mix of dark colors. If it's dark, I throw it in here. And you don't have to use the exact colors I did. You can make your trees whatever color you want them to be. I just think a dark color looks good upside these snowy mountains. It adds contrast. No, it's just made to look that way, buddy. Getting storms. Uh-oh. Sorry to hear that, locksmith. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Yep, it does that a lot, Austin. A lot. Alright, now I'm going to load this fan brush up on both sides with a lot of paint. And I'm fixing to start making evergreens. Now, when you're doing these, you can do whatever kind of evergreens you want. You can do the one with the up leaves or the one with the down limbs. Whichever way you want to go with it, it's entirely up to you. Thank you, Moni. Vegas, it's in the beginning of this video. And I probably will post this video to my YouTube channel. So if you're not a part of my YouTube channel, you may want to go over there and click on that subscribe button, and you'll see a whole bunch of videos over there. And if I can figure it out, I may try to upload it to parts of it to TikTok as well. But I'm pretty sure sometime tomorrow it'll be on YouTube, I hope. Well, we need us some rain too, I'll tell you that. Alright, I'll come in here and start adding my trees. And as you know, it's just little zigzag trees is all it is. And then I'm going to add another one outside this one, a little small one. Well, y'all keep an eye on them storms. I don't know how bad it is where y'all at, but you never know. Alright. We'll come down here with another one. Now make sure you got plenty of paint on your brush whenever you going over this white. And barely touch, because if you touch too hard, you're going to start making mud and you're not going to be happy with the way it looks. So don't do that if you don't have to. All right, Austin, good night. Well, I reckon if he can't hear me, he didn't hear that, did he? I'm sorry. I got to quit doing that. When somebody says they can't hear me, I go and talk to them. Right. What's up, DK? Good night, Austin. Thank you, Rhonda. Very much. Done pretty good, DK, right now. Now, if you do these right, you can still set mist in there behind the. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Yeah, that definitely wasn't the best tree I ever done. We're going to leave that one kind of skimpy looking at the top. Give him a little different look. And every once in a while, bring you one down just a little further. They don't have to. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Karen. Dodo, sometimes TikTok does that. I don't understand it. I guess it's either their server ain't big enough or bad weather. I don't know what causes it to do that. All right, DK, thank you, man. Appreciate you letting us know. We're still praying for you, buddy. All right, we'll put us a little leaner in here. Because sometimes you just need a little raggedy tree. Because life just ain't perfect. Just don't forget to keep plenty of paint in your brush while you're doing these trees right here. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Because you don't want to have to use a lot of pressure on these trees. That's the one thing you don't want to have to do. I don't know exactly what you amening to there, Larry, but thank you. This paint will take over a week, I'm sure, because that's a lot of white. And that's a lot of dark, but the dark will dry 3 times faster than that white. Oh, no it ain't, buddy. I don't care who you are. Sometimes it will just slap you in the face. Plant your feet right back on the ground. Alright, I don't know if y'all can see it in the screen or not. Let's see right here how that one turned white. Well, it didn't turn actually white, but it's a lot lighter. So you got to come back in there with that dark color and just kind of fill it back in. I say it's going to probably be a week or better before you could even ship this one out to somebody if somebody were to buy it. Because that, like I said, that's a lot of paint. Alright. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put in a big. Hey, Moni. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Not paying attention what I'm doing. My bad. Oh, Lord. Alright. I can fix it. Alright, I'm going to come right up here now. I'm going to get some of this color. And I want to start pulling this down at the base of these trees. Alright, now, one of the things you can do right here, if you want to do this, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it just because. You can take a little bit of your white and bring it over here and just find you a place you can put it. I'm going to put it right here for now. Now, it don't take a lot of white to do this. And like I said, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But take your brush and knock off as much of that color as you can that we just used to pull this down with. And then come back up here and tap it into the white. Now it's going to turn colors. It's not going to be solid white because this has got that color in it, so it's going to mix with it. But come right up here under these trees and just lightly pull some of this white straight down, and make sure it's straight down. Just pull it right down into this color. And if you get too much in one spot, just come back up here and just keep pulling it straight down. And you don't want it solid smooth. Leave some of these lines in it. And like I said, that you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. But I like the effect it gives you, so that's the reason I'm doing it. But then just come across here and pull straight across, real light. And it'll give you that shimmer like water has. So then it'll go to looking like reflection. Alright. Now we want to take a smaller fan brush. This is number 3. Load it up real good. And come back up here. And give yourself, now I know you can't see it because it's the same color as the other color, but you'll be able to see it here in just a second. Come up here and just give yourself the indication of some little grasses across here. All I'm doing is just pushing that fan brush straight up, just putting some of this color down and a little of the texture. Now this brush has got all these colors in it, but I want to come right here into my yellow and just mix it around in here, and it'll turn to green. You can get some of the yellow ochre if you want to. Just looking for a green color. And then you just want to come up here and lightly just tap this color on where we just made the grass. And just add a little highlight to it. And that'll actually bring the grass out some. But now the thing of it is, you don't want it to be real bright down here because the light is actually going to be behind these trees, you know, on that side. So you just want to have enough down here that you can kind of see it, but not just too bright. Put Bob in, a boat reeling one in. That would look good. Let's see if it starts freezing. That's probably gonna go back to doing it, Austin. That's just TikTok for you. Alright. That's about all we're looking for. Now if you're feeling good about yourself, you can come right back up here now and touch that green along the bottom and just barely pull some of it down. Won't take much. And it's very light touch, but you can pull just a little bit of that green down. It's not wood, Victoria. It's painted to look like wood. It's just a white canvas that you do to just make it look like wood. Alright, we'll get us a little white. And we'll come up here. Give yourself an indication of a little water line back here. And Mambo. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Austin. Pretty good, Mambo, if you're talking to me. Alright, I guess while we're right here, we can go ahead and do a couple little ripples out across the water. No very many. Thank you again, Austin. Alright, now we're had to mess this tree up right here. I'm gonna go back up here and fix it now. Bring this color right back out over the water here. Yeah, it needs to be on top of the knife, Kenny. That's for sure. Alright. I'm gonna come over here now. I'll put in a really big one over here. Thank you, Rose. All right, Mambo. take my knife again here. A little dark sienna. I'll just mix it in with this white I already got out here. It's got that little bit of blue in it. All it'll do is turn it into a little grayish blue. But we can deal with that as long as we got a little brown showing. Thank you, Juan. Well, thank you, David. All right. Now I'm going to take just another little roll. Always working with little rolls when you fool with this knife. Alright, just come right in here and just give myself the indication of a little trunk through here. And I'm doing these a little different than I normally do, but this is a different painting than we normally do. Thank you, Danita. Alright. And I guess it's about time to start putting some highlights on these trees, on our evergreens. So just bring a little yellow ochre, and that dark color that's already in there, and the cad yellow that's already in here. We just want us a pretty colored green to work with. Load up both sides of the knife again. There's plenty of paint. Light touch. I'll come right up here at the top. Now, we got our sun looking like it's coming from this direction because our highlight's on that side of the mountain. So we want to focus our attention more on that side. But even at that, we don't, we just don't want a lot of highlights on here. We just don't really need them. And start letting it get darker and darker as it goes down. And it's going to do that on its own because it's picking up this color under it. And then stop it. Just before you get all the way to the bottom. That way it just kind of stays dark down here. You want it to be dark. A big brush. Brushes it all night, a dry sheet. There ain't nothing wrong with that. If it worked. Another artist in here, we're posting fall colors. Oh wow, that sounds pretty. Installation pictures. I love fall and that time of year and the colors. Alright, load the brush up again. We'll come back up here now. Touch the top again. And then same thing as down here. Just want to mainly work on this right side. Basically on all of these trees, except for when we get right over here. We'll and just make sure you leave dark at the bottom. You want that dark to be at the bottom. And you don't have to put a lot of highlight on these trees, because keep in mind, you know, they are kind of far away. We're just putting a little on them. And we don't want them real bright. Like the sun's just glaring down through here. Because in my mind it's not. We've got to be sure to leave some dark at the bottom. That's really important. Did anybody count the trees? Oh, the bridge is looking awesome. The whole painting is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's not good. We're going to fix that. We can't have 12 trees. That is a no-no. Counted the trees, Austin. Got an even number. Can't have an even number. That's a no-no. That's the kind of stuff to get you put in art jail. Yeah, I know it, Mommy. Yeah, you better count them, Vicky. You don't want the paint police to arrest you. Got to be an odd number. That's what they told me. I got 12, so that means I got to add another. Oh Lord, look at the police coming. That's a lot of cars, Mommy. I can't run that far, so it ain't gonna take that many of them to get me. I'll be doing good if I get to the end of the driveway. There ain't a doubt in my mind I couldn't make it to the end of the driveway. I just don't know what kind of shape I'd be in when I got there. Might good. If I had to run that far, I'd be begging them to hurry up and put some leg restraints on me. Purple, no trespassing signs. Okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess you're the first person to ever ask that, Frank. It's just a little cloth, you know, just a little, like a little washcloth, but I didn't use it. I still got paint all over it though, but it just says, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. It's just a Bob Ross gift somebody got me, and I just put it in the little collection of Bob Ross stuff, you know. And it I don't know, it just hangs on my easel. And then my little clip is pink because pink represents best breast cancer awareness, and that's what took my first wife's life. That's what she died of, so I just keep it around too, just as a reminder. And plus, when I'm doing photorealism, I have to clip the picture up of whatever I'm painting, so I just use that. I guess Mama's up there moving the baby around, because I just heard him barking and growling, so she must have picked him up and moved him. He really is not enjoying himself right now. He thinks life is against him. Alright, on this one I'm going to add a little highlight, just a little more than I did everywhere else, because this tree's kind of over this way to the side more. But even at that, I'm not going to add a lot, just here and there. All right, Vicky. Good night. Alright, now I am going to grab a 1-inch brush and I want to get some more sap green, Van Dyke brown, bring it over, sap green, bring it over. A little bit more to crimson, a little bit more to blue. And just tap all these dark colors together again. Just tap them right on the brush. That's all I'm looking for, just a good dark color. And I want to come right up here. And I just want to start giving myself the indication of a few little bushes back in here. And all I'm doing right now is just tapping. So I'll have to turn them into bushes here in a little bit. But we can do that. We know how to do it. Thank you, Danita. Hey, Cal. Oh. Thank you, Danita. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. I didn't see that. Thank you for answering that for me, Kay, and I appreciate it. I didn't see it in time. All right. All I'm doing right here is just making little indications of bushes. Now you can stop yours wherever you want, but I got a plan here for mine, so. And like I said, I know Bob didn't do all this to his, but also like I said, this is my world. So alright. I'm going to go ahead and clean that brush out right quick. No, Kyle, you just, as soon as you get it done, you just start painting on it. It's just, liquid clear over a white canvas. Then you come in with the brown and just put in your stripes for the wood grain. Then you take a fan brush with thinner on it and just come in and give it all these little wood looking shapes, and it just looks like wood. It just takes on that look. And then you just start painting right over it. No, there's no mess. Alright. This is that same 1-inch brush. And I'm just using the same color green that I've been using. No, not really, Kyle. These trees and the mountains and all that was actually thick. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it. Alright. Now I want to come in here. Now, if you watch the video where Bob did this, he did his bushes different. You can do them style of bushes, or you can do this style of bushes. Whichever one you want to do. I like this style of bush. So, that's the one I'm going to go with. I enjoy tapping the brush more than I do pushing it. But now, like I said, that's totally up to you. Well, Kyle, it takes a little practice, that's all. It's just a part of the learning curve. And while you're doing this, just make sure you leave yourself plenty of dark in here. You don't want to kill all this dark color, because you're gonna need it. No, David, this is just a 1 inch. I'm just using the top corner of it. If you want to add a little different flavor, you can always come over here and get you some of the red. And that'll tone that green down some. But now don't go and make too big a color change in here and get these colors looking too fall looking, because you kind of want this paint to maintain a kind of a summer look. That's the reason I chose to go with all the green, because you don't want to, or I didn't. I mean, however you want to do it's entirely up to you. It's your world. If you want all fall colors around through here, then of course do it, you know. But I just think every now and then popping a little different color bush in kind of gives you your color change that you need, you know. And I think you always need a color change here and there for a couple different reasons. One of them being that it just looks natural, and another one, it keeps your eye wandering. And a wandering eye is a good thing, unless you're a married man and it's a woman that you thank you, Ken. I appreciate that shameless plug. One-inch brush. Yes, Frank, 1-inch brush. If now if you are wondering, by all means, check out my YouTube channel. Thanks to my TikTok family, I now have over 1,000 subscribers. So if you would check it out and you like it, it never hurts to have a few more subscribers. So, and it is Painting with Harold on YouTube. Thank you, Rain. Or is it Rainy? Oh, it happens, Crystal. Don't worry about that. Yeah, and the Etsy store. Thank you, Tracy. The Etsy store is Painting with Harold on Etsy. Alright, now I'm going to pick up some Van Dyke Brown on my knife. Just a little roll. And I'm going to come up here on this side of these bushes. And right back in here, I want to start. And I just want to come out. Just pulling that Van Dyke Brown out of these bushes over here. And let it get wider and wider as it goes down. Or should I say, the closer it gets to you. You know, down here at the bottom, you want it to be a lot wider than it is back here. You want it to be a little more narrow back here. That way it's kind of, well, you'll see in a minute. Crystal, I am a Bob Ross certified instructor, and that's why I think they mentioned the YouTube channel. I've got a lot of step-by-step tutorials over there, and if you want to check it out, I could always use another subscriber. You can't never have too many of them. And if you don't like it, well, I can understand that too. Not everybody likes everything. And by being an instructor, if you ever need any help along the way, you can always send me a message, and I try to help anybody and everybody I can. And I'm glad you stumbled across the channel, and I really appreciate it. It's always good to have more people to the family. Can never have too many. All right, wifey, what you doing to the baby boy up there? I heard him growling. Okay, that'll work. Did we really? Oh, that's awesome. Wow. That is awesome. Well, we got a lot of people in here praying for him now, so. He's a tough little cuss. So I don't know if anybody can do it, he can. He was. Bless his heart. He sure misses his brother. I know his brother's missing him too. And them two thicker than thieves. I'll be glad when he can go back outside. Alright, I'm applying this highlight color right here just like you do snow on a mountain. Just pulling this color across here, just letting it break, and just letting it go further back into the woods back here. Alright, now I'm going to get my 1-inch brush again. And I'll come right back up here in my same color. That same color we were just using. And it's just cad yellow, sap green, and I got a little yellow ochre in it. And then right up here in a couple places I did add a little bright red just to kind of lump it up a little. Then I'm going to come up here and something, you know, along this path up here, and I want to kind of cover the edge of the path here and there. Just kind of set it down in the painting, you know, make it look like it's part of the scenery. But now with the path coming down this way, even though it is, don't turn your bushes this way and have the top of them pointed out there. Have the top of them still standing straight up. You know, like that. Don't lay your bushes down because they're because the path's coming this way. And then just kind of touch your couple bushes in there. That's all it takes. Don't take many. And then over here down at the bottom of these a little, you can come in here and kind of tap along the bottom and just kind of cover that path a little bit from the side. And it don't take much to do that. And just bring it out here and just kind of let your path kind of end out here. Come back in here and make you a few color changes, because all of that just looked like a big yellow drab. I don't know, it just looked like one color to me. And I don't like having just that one color. Uh-oh. That ain't sounding good. I hear him up there fussing again. Alright, we'll take us just a little bit of red now. Put in here again. Just a little. Thank you, skirt. Alright, we'll come in here and touch just a little of the red. And like I said just a minute ago, you know, it don't take much color to lose that summer effect and get into that fall effect. So we don't want to do that. You know, just add a little, just add a little flavor here and there. That's all you got to do. If nothing else, you know, it can take on the appearance of little flowers. I mean, that's fine. Okay, what was going on then? I heard him clowning again. Cad, I'm assuming you calling this path rocks. And that, you know, if that's what you wanted to be is rocks, I would mix me up a color that kind of looks like moss, and I would use a fan brush before I put all these bushes in, and I just come across here and just bring that what you call it, you know, moss. I bring it on top of the what you call them rocks. Is what I meant to say. What you call them rocks, I just tap a little on here and there. Very little. Because it don't take much And you can turn that into mud real quick. Alright. I think it's going to need just a little bit more green. I want it to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to put in just a little bit of brown. Not much, just a little. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate that. I'm going to come out here in just different places, and I just want to add some darkness to it, to the outside out here. Because we know this side out here is not getting much sun, because our sun's coming from that direction. So I want to put in, thank you, Teresa. I want to put in just a little bit of darkness over here. Not much, you know, just a little here and there. Because one thing you can do is you can lose your paint real quick, you know, by not having your highlights in the right places. And your darks in the right place. Now after you add this dark color, if you want to come back later on and add another highlight, you know, don't kill all the dark, that's fine too. But I think what it does, what's up, Nick? Thank you, man. I think what it does is it kind of casts shadow over here a little bit, and you can just come over here and kind of, you know, just kind of work it across a little bit. You ain't got to do much. You know, just add a little bit of dark color in here. That's all you got to do. Just kind of cut it off with the rest of the paint in there. And it'll just look like a little bit of shadow. And then, like I said, if you want to add a little highlight to some of it, that's entirely up to you. You can come over here with the yellow ochre, and you come back in here and just touch on a little here and there. Just be careful not to create too much mud. You don't want just taking on that mud here, because it can do it quick. Thank you, Sil. I appreciate that. All right. Now I'm gonna leave it alone before I get it too muddy. Then you'll come back up here with your knife again. Hey, Ray. Well, you just snuck right in, didn't you? Come up here and kind of scrape in some little sticks and twigs. And that'll help you with some of the effect here. You can come back in here and add you a few. Make me shadow. Then over here in your bushes over here, you can add a few. Thank you, Ray. Well, thank y'all again from the bottom of my heart for being here. Y'all know I love y'all. God loves you more. Got a lot of praying to do tonight for a lot of different things and a lot of different people. Pray for our country tonight. For anybody that lays down and prays. Because Israel definitely needs our prayers. But right now, with us being their ally, we need to pray for our country as well. And, you know, if you don't believe in prayer, I understand that. You know, everybody has that right. That's one of the beauties of America's. You got a right to believe or not. But I care about all of y'all, so, you know, I wish you did. So I guess I'm going to go upstairs and check on my boy, because he's supposed to be headed to bed here shortly with his mama, and I want to say good night to him before he hits the bed. So God bless everybody tonight. And again, thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for being here. And I look forward to tomorrow night. I love painting that Northern Lights painting. It's a fun one to do. And for anybody that wants to paint along, we'll be painting on a black canvas with liquid clear, and we'll go from there.